Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Patrick Kavanaugh. I'm the Public Information Officer for New Hampshire 911. We're so glad you could join us today as we celebrate this special occasion to celebrate Winnie, the division's first comfort dog. Your time and interest in being here means a lot to us, and we appreciate the opportunity to share this moment with you. After our opening remarks, we will certainly leave time for any questions you may have. For those looking to conduct any one-on-one interviews, we have a room reserved for that as well. With that, it's my pleasure to get things started and introduce Governor Kelly Ayotte.
Thank you so much. I'm really thrilled to be here, and I want to thank each of you for your incredibly important work. And I certainly want to thank the Director Doyle, and the Assistant Commissioner. And I want to thank FirstNet, AT&T, Ryan. Thank you for your, really for bringing Winnie and training Winnie, and Abby. Thank you for your commitment of being Winnie's handler and going through the training with her over this period. Because listen, I know you deal with the most difficult things that anyone experiences, whether it's a health emergency. Dispatching is a very, very difficult job. Our 911 communicators, and the important work that you do. You're on the front lines, whether, as I said, health trauma or a criminal situation. Just basically, you meet everyone in their worst situations, or they wouldn't be calling 911 for help. And the way that you handle and help people, and then also get them in connection with what they need next, whether it's fire, police, or other emergency services, incredible job. So I just want to say thank you for what you do, how important it is. And imagine, having to deal, I know we had one of our 911 dispatchers right here having to deal with an emergency health situation, but to be so calm, to know exactly, what to say to calm the person on the other line, or to take certain immediate action that needs to be taken, and then what to follow up next, what kind of poise that takes, but also internally, all the types of things that you all have to deal with, the stress that comes from that. That is a very tough job. And so to have Winnie as a comfort dog here to help you do your jobs, which are so important to the safety of this state and to the health and welfare of the people of this state. I'm so glad that Winnie is here for all of you. But most of all, we're just so glad that you're willing to do your jobs and take that on every day, because they're very, very difficult jobs. And he's ready, she's taking a nap right now as she's calling. So, but thank you. And just congratulations, Abby. Congratulations, Winnie. I certainly want to thank Emergency Services for doing this. And FirstNet, thank you so much, Ryan. This is awesome, awesome cooperation, public, private, work together to recognize the importance, really, of all of you that are doing just yeoman's work. So thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Up next, it is my pleasure to introduce Assistant Commissioner of the Department of Safety, Stephen LeBoy.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm thrilled to be here as we're celebrating Winnie graduating and earning her credentials as our first comfort dog here in the Department of Safety. I want to thank Governor Ayotte for being here and supporting this program and sharing this day with us today. As many of you know, Commissioner Quinn has really put a focus on health and wellness in the Department of Safety and for all of our employees. His vision is that we have a comprehensive program, and that's being built each and every day with collaboration across the department and with our partners. And this adding Winnie as part of our comfort dog program is another step in that direction. We have peer support services for our first responders. We have trainings, seminars that we put on for all of our employees. And we're thrilled that Winnie will now be a resource for all of you here in the PSAP in Laconia, and also in the PSAP back in Concord as well. And also a resource for the rest of the department. It's not just here in the PSAP, even though that's her primary support function. I want to thank AT&T, FirstNet, and Hero Pups for your support and collaboration through this entire process. You helped us make this a reality. But most importantly, I want to thank Abby. I mean, Abby really, she saw a need She saw that there was something that she could bring to help her colleagues here in the PSAP. This was her idea. She brought this forward to the division leadership. She brought this forward to the commissioner's office. She worked with our partners to make this a reality, went through the training, and it wasn't easy. And there were ups and downs, but she stayed positive throughout the entire process. And she's going to be a fantastic handler for Winnie. So I'm very excited. Winnie, I know you're sleeping now and resting, it's great, but I'm excited to see the positive impact that she's going to have on the environment here. And I do want to thank each and every one of you for the work that you do day in and day out. The governor really did a great job summing up the importance of the work that you do. So I'm not going to repeat it all. I'll just say exactly what she said. You're appreciated. We thank you for the dedication, and we hope this is one small way that we can alleviate some of that stress that you take on each and every day when you're helping people with calm and in a professional manner. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Assistant Commissioner Lavoy. Up next, I'd like to introduce Mark Doyle, the Director of the Division of Emergency Services and Communications.
Thank you, Patrick, and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you all for joining us today for this really amazing recognition. The Comfort Dog program was really the capstone project of Abby Ryder, one of our supervisors. For those of you that don't know, Abby is a very engaging and energetic person when it comes to something she's very passionate about. When she was passionate about this project, we couldn't help but agree and say yes. And there were a litany of other authorizations that needed to be put in place, but Abby really spearheaded this project. And virtually by virtue of her efforts was light speed, according to things that we've normally done here at the division and going through the normal process to get things approved. And that was because of all the support that she got. When she came to us with this project as part of her Certified Public Managers program through the Bureau of Education and Training, we thought what a great opportunity to really do something that we have all been trying to espouse, which is look out for the mental health and wellness and well-being of all of our people here at the Department of Safety, including our telecommunicators. And not surprisingly, because of the work that she did and the effort that she put forth, she was nationally recognized with receiving the ASCU Award as the most outstanding project coordinator for a project in this area of work for the Certified Public Managers program across the nations. Congratulations, Abby, on that wonderful, wonderful recognition and attainment. And as was mentioned before, this didn't come alone and wasn't done in a vacuum. There's a lot of collaboration that took place, including a lot of support from our friends here at FirstNet, Hero Pups, and of course the Commissioner's Office. FirstNet was really instrumental in getting this project kicked off through a $7,000 grant to pay for startup costs associated with the adoption of Abby, the outfitting of Abby, and the training of Abby and Winnie. So we're very, very happy to be able to say that we've got good partners where they should be when it comes to making sure that, again, the health and wellness and mental health and well-being of all of our people here at 911 are paramount. Hero Pumps is a New Hampshire nonprofit based right here in the state, dedicated to pairing support dogs with veterans and first responders, aligning perfectly with the mission of the Comfort Dog program, and with making sure that Abby and Winnie throughout the entire process needed the associate requisite training to be where they are today at the point where she's being recognized for her graduation. And we're very proud to be able to say that Hero Pups has been a very close partner of ours throughout this entire process. And Winnie has been specifically trained to provide emotional support and mental health wellness for our team, which is really all of you here at 911, and specifically our 911 telecommunicators who have probably seen a lion's share of Winnie over the last few weeks since her bringing on board after her graduation at the beginning of the year. And she recently attained her Good Citizen K9 certification through the American Kennel Club. That's really a significant milestone, demonstrating that she has the obedience, temperament, and training needed to provide support in high-stress situations, much of which you see every single day. And since Winnie completed her training and joined the team full-time around the start of the new year, her impact has been immediate and overwhelmingly positive. We're really excited to announce Winnie's graduation today from training, and know she'll be an integral part of our team now and in the years to come. And I'd really, again, like to express our gratitude to our partners at FirstNet, at Hero Pups, the support from the Commissioner's Office, and of course from Governor Ayotte and her team. Thank you so much. And congratulations, Abby, and congratulations, Winnie.
Thank you, Director Doyle. Up next, I'd like to introduce Ryan Clark from AT&T.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I just really think this is a wonderful day. It's a lot of great support and collaboration, as we've all talked about. I'd really like to lean in a little bit of why we're here and why AT&T is here specifically. We've got a long-standing relationship with public safety and first responders via our FirstNet program, which is our nationwide network specifically designed for first responders. Through this collaboration with public safety, dispatchers, we've really, we've provided a lot of resources to our network and our communications, but we've noticed that, we need to also provide support for health and wellness, and that's extremely important. And as a result, we began partnering with Hero Pups and providing some of the resources across the state. And Winnie is kind of next in line, and she's going to be a wonderful asset to support the health and wellness of our first responders, our dispatchers. New Hampshire and across the country, as we've said, it's no different. Everybody is dealing with the highest stress situation of somebody's potential in their entire life on a daily basis, and the dispatchers are doing it over and over again, oftentimes without much break in between. And Winnie's going to be a great asset to provide relief and support and do what her title says, is provide comfort in between those difficult times. I just want to thank the Department of Safety, thank Director Doyle, Assistant Commissioner. They've really leaned into the idea of health and wellness and providing those resources for the department, for our first responders, and then for our dispatchers. And I'd obviously like to thank Governor Ayotte for her leadership and really setting the tone for what is a really important piece of the first responder puzzle in health and wellness. And of course, Laura with Hero Pups, they've been a wonderful partner for the last few years. We've been able to support a few programs, but this is going to be a great partnership with Winnie and Abby. They're going to be wonderful handlers, and they're going to really be able to provide that resource to the dispatchers and the Department of Safety. So we're at AT&T really grateful to just play a small role in this puzzle. To bring Winnie to the 911 dispatchers. I already know I've been smiling around Winnie, and I feel better about giving this presentation. So hopefully on your day-to-day, Winnie can do the same. So thank you all for being here. Appreciate everything that you all do. And hopefully Winnie and Abby will be a great resource for you all for the coming years. So thank you.
Up next, I'd like to introduce the founder of Hero Pups, Laura Barker.
Supposed to write this bigger so I don't need my glasses. So I'm not a professional speaker, so I do have notes, but I wanted to make sure that I hit the things that I thought were really important. When I started Hero Pups, I wanted to help people. And by being able to use rescued dogs like Winnie, we could also help the homeless animal population. Each of our 241 dogs that we have placed has taught me something different. But in this particular situation, it taught me how important the job is of our telecommunicators. It also taught me some of the proper language. You guys play such a vital role in our day-to-day safety, and we appreciate that. When Abby reached out to us about starting this wellness program, we were thrilled to be able to partner with AT&T and have all of Winnie's expenses covered while she was training all of her veterinary care. And it's because of relationships like that that we can bring Winnie to places like this. I'd like to thank the director and of course the commissioners and all the staff, because I know there was a lot to do behind the scenes that I didn't see. Thank you for putting in all those efforts. But of course, then we get to Abby. Abby was dedicated throughout the entire training process, and it's not an easy process. She rose to every challenge, helped to overcome it so that Winnie could be the best that she can be for all of you. So thank you for letting us be a small part of this journey. And Winnie's napping for pictures, so she'll be ready for pictures. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Last but certainly not least, it is my pleasure to introduce Abby Ryder, 911 Supervisor and Comfort Dog Handler.
Thank you all for coming. I did not expect this many people to turn out, but we really appreciate it. And Governor Hayat, it's unbelievably cool that you came out to see this. I do want to correct one small thing. Laura said that they were a small part in our program here, and that is definitely not true. We never could have done this without AT&T FirstNet and Hero Pups. They've supported me every step of the way, and I wouldn't be able to do this without them. So I was asked to speak about the impact that Winnie's had on our division. I could describe to you what I've observed, but I don't want to give you my interpretation. I'd rather have you hear it directly from our team. With their permission, I'm going to read testimonials that 2 of our telecommunicators posted to Facebook about their personal experiences with Winnie. This first one was written actually by EMD Kate McCarty, who's sitting right here in the room with us. She posted, "I don't know how to describe the feeling I get when I've had a horrifying or tragic call and I spin around in my chair and see Winnie. My smile happens as naturally as my next breath. What an incredible way to begin processing that call in your head with a smile having just now broken over your face. Dispatch agencies who do not have comfort dogs, begin the process. I'm telling you, we are so much the better for it." The second piece was written by an EMD who's on 3rd shift, so she's not able to be here today, Crystal Howery. It was after Winnie, during her training, assisted with an accelerated resolution therapy session for PTSD treatment. It was a one-on-one session, and she wrote, "Although Winnie had not been signaled that I knew that I was who she was there to comfort, she just knew. When we sat down for the session, she immediately planted herself on my feet. She held steady with me throughout the emotional session. When things felt heavy, she leaned in harder into my legs. As I was reminded to breathe deep and slow, her breathing matched mine. At the final stage of the session, where you feel this wave of release and hope, without a word or signal of any kind, my furry little 4-legged anchor stood up and walked over to lay on the floor in the middle of the group, as if she just knew I was going to be okay now. Leaving the room together, my wet-nosed hero and I celebrated with smiles and happy dances. Joy filled the room for all of us. Although she is young and hasn't been with us in the PSAP for long, I'm so grateful for the true source of comfort and peace she brings not only to myself, but to everyone." So that's what we're doing here. That's what Winnie's work is. And thank you all for coming here to celebrate it.
Thank you, Abby, but don't go far. So we have the American Kennel Club certificate that Governor, may I ask you to
Sure.
come up and help present
Wow.
this to Abby?
Fantastic. Congratulations. Thank you for everything. And I know there's so much more important work for Winnie to do.
So much.
Thank you. Didn't have this earlier, but if I can, I actually have a commendation to recognize you, Abby, Governor's commendation. And whereas Abigail Ryder has demonstrated outstanding dedication to completing a year-long training program alongside Winnie, the comfort dog for New Hampshire Emergency Services, to achieve certification in the Comfort Dog Program. And whereas through her hard work and commitment, Abigail and Winnie have successfully earned the prestigious AKC Canine Good Citizen recognition, a testament to their exceptional teamwork, training, and readiness to provide comfort and support to those in need. And whereas, as a valued member of the New Hampshire's 911 call center, Abigail's efforts contribute to the well-being of first responders, emergency personnel, and those in crisis, reinforcing the importance of mental health support and stress relief in high-pressure environments. And whereas her achievement reflects the professionalism, compassion, and dedication of New Hampshire's emergency services personnel, setting a high standard of excellence and innovation in public safety support programs. Now therefore, I, Kelly Ayotte, Governor of the State of New Hampshire, do hereby commend Abigail Ryder for her exceptional dedication, training, and achievement in earning the AKC K-9 Good Citizen recognition alongside Winnie, of course. On behalf of the people of New Hampshire, I extend my sincerest appreciation and thank you for this.
Great. Thank you very much. At this point, we have a couple of minutes for questions if members of the media have questions for any of our speakers.
I just had a quick question about you were saying the various other places in New Hampshire where you have dogs working with first responders.
Yeah, sure. So we've sponsored 2 other dogs in New Hampshire, Portsmouth Police Department and the Derry Police Department will be receiving a dog. I don't believe it's full-time yet, but shortly.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming today. I also have one note. I'd like to thank New Hampshire 911 Commissioners Bill Wood and Henry Thomas from our 911 Commission for attending today. And thank you all for attending as well. We appreciate your interest and participation in our event. So please feel free to hang out. I know Winnie will be waking up shortly to interact with our telecommunicators. If you have any media requests, please see me. Thank you again for coming and have a great rest of your day.